everyone, and welcome into Perspectives. It's good to have you with us on this, well, the sun's shining, but it's cold. I mean, it's really cold out there. In fact, we saw a couple of folks from up north going south. It's a bad one in Oklahoma right now. Anyway, we're glad you're here with us. We have Dr. Sonya Munsell with us, who is a associate professor at RSU, and Julia Hayes, a student here at the university, talking about National Eating Disorder Awareness Week, which starts when, Doctor?
So National Eating Disorder Awareness Week is also known now as Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and it begins on Monday and goes throughout the week.
Okay, and is there something happening to commemorate that, to point to it?
Yes, so there are events happening around the nation and in small communities throughout the United States. The week is meant to bring awareness to eating disorders within the community and help educate people on what an eating disorder is and ways that they may be able to support someone who is dealing with that illness.
Interesting facts. All right, Julia, I want to talk to you a little bit more because we've got some examples of your work to show. First of all, you're a student here at RSU, are you not?
Yeah, I am. I'm a student here. I'm in my second year of my freshman year. So I haven't been here very long, but I do a lot of artwork to combat, to spread awareness for mental health illnesses, especially for borderline personality disorder, depression, anxiety, even autism, which is something I personally have. And I've struggled with all of these. So putting it in my artwork is something that I try to do to, is almost like therapeutic. And that's something I'm going to school for. I'm in the psychology department at RSU.
Now, when you say you have autism,
yes.
I'm assuming you're on the spectrum?
Yes, I am.
But
I am
probably
on the spectrum.
very low because you don't...
Very high, actually. I'm high-functioning autistic.
I got it wrong? Either way, you don't exhibit many of the symptoms of one with autism.
No, because because with autism it's on a spectrum. So it could be very low functioning, very high functioning. I'm a high functioning autistic. I don't have a lot of impediments in my life in comparison to other people, but all of that is indeed treatable. I personally believe anybody can get help, and even if it's a challenge, it's still part of you. It's still a thing that you live with and you have to live with your entire life. But I see it as almost like a superpower almost, because you see stuff that other people don't see usually, other people who are neurotypical.
Well, the event itself is through the week of the 24th through the 27th. Am I right on the dates?
Yes, you're correct.
And you have some drawings or paintings or sketches. I'm not quite sure what they are, but let's take a look. Did you do this one?
Yes, I did. That was featured in the RSU Art Gallery for Halloween. I got together with the art club at Rogers State, and I submitted some pieces into their art gallery. It was for all the art students to go into. I think it was called the Dark Arts of August. October. And it was something that I submitted. That piece in particular, I actually made that years ago as a watercolor piece.
I like that.
Oh, thank you. It's a self-portrait, so it's kind of definitely with art therapy, it comes back into how you're feeling at that time. And when I made that piece, I just wasn't feeling very well, and it was just how I coped with different stuff going on in my life at that point. And just, I always put that in my artwork. It's always been a staple either way, whether I'm doing art that's based off of TV shows or I'm just doing my own original artwork. Obviously everything I submitted here was my own original artwork. So,
I understand.
Yeah.
Doctor, help me because I'm on the outside looking in.
Sure,
How does one How does one know how many different types of eating disorders are out there?
Well, there are actually several that are recognized by the DSM-5. Anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating disorder are all recognized disorders. And in addition, there is an otherwise not specified feeding and eating disorder. And I wanted to let everyone know that every 52 minutes, someone dies from an eating disorder.
Really?
Yes, so it's a very serious condition and one that needs a lot of attention. It's second only to opioid misuse as the cause of death.
You are kidding.
I'm not kidding, no. A lot of times we talk about an eating disorder as something that grows in silence, grows in isolation. And for many, an eating disorder is a maladaptive way of coping with life stressors, of coping with change. And I think it's important to recognize the power of work like Julia's, the art therapy, movement therapy, to help offer people with eating disorders an adaptive way of coping. Because with the treatment of the eating disorder, not only do you want to do things such as in the case of anorexia, you want to stabilize weight, but you also want to make sure that once weight is stabilized, people are healthy moving through life. And so to do that, they need a toolbox of these healthy coping mechanisms. And art therapy is one that is often recommended and used with people with eating disorders.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Before I let you out of here, there are going to be folks that we're going to hear from that they're going to say, I'd like to have a copy of the piece that you just had on camera. Are those available for sale?
Currently, they're not for sale at the moment, but I will set up something eventually.
That sounds good. Thank you. Thank you both
Thank
for coming in and being with us. Coming up, we've got Terry Bauer's interview with the Cherokee Film Institute. That's next on Perspectives.